countdown during the early morning hours, some 5 hours of work was taken to load the various propellants aboard the stages of the Saturn V launch vehicle. As we came into the count this morning, we did already have the fuel aboard the first stage, but it was necessary to bring the liquid oxygen aboard all 3 stages and the liquid hydrogen fuel aboard the second and third stages. Close to 750,000 gallons of propellants were loaded during these 5 hours. Following that, the astronauts, the prime crew, were awakened at 4:15 a.m. Eastern Daylight as planned in their countdown and proceeded to have a physical examination in which they were declared flight ready. They sat down for the normal astronaut fare on launch day. As far as breakfast is concerned, orange juice, steak, scrambled eggs, toast, and coffee. The 3 pilots were joined by 2 of their colleagues at breakfast, Director of Flight Crew Operations Deke Slayton, and the backup command module pilot, Bill Anders, who has been named the Executive Secretary of the National Aeronautics and Space Council. The astronauts departed from their crew quarters after checking out their suits. They departed from the crew quarters at 6:27 a.m. and some 27 minutes later, 8 miles away from the crew quarters at the Kennedy Space Center, atop the launch pad at Complex 39, 6:54 a.m., the commander, astronaut Neil Armstrong, was the first to board the spacecraft. He was followed about 5 minutes later by Mike Collins, and finally Buzz Aldrin, the man who's sitting in the middle seat during liftoff, was the third astronaut to come aboard. 2 minor problems have been encountered during the count. Early in the count, a malfunction light came on here in the control center, indicating that we might have a communication problem at the launch pad. Nothing to do with the spacecraft, but it indicated we possibly might not be able to talk to some key technicians we had at the pad. The problem turned out to be very minor. A simple adjustment of some equipment beneath the pad remedied the problem. There was in fact, no equipment problem involved. The second problem, we did encounter a leaky valve in part of the equipment that's used to replenish the hydrogen fuel supply on the third stage of the Saturn V launch vehicle. A team of technicians were sent out to the launch pad at about the time the astronauts were traveling to the pad. They tightened some bolts, and we were able to bypass this valve and proceed with our countdown. The weather is certainly go. It's a beautiful morning for a launch to the moon. We expect a temperature of about 85 degrees in the Kennedy Space Center area. The wind's about 10 knots from the southeast. And the weather conditions and the round-the-world track, according to reports from the Manned Spaceflight Meteorology Group, indicate all weather conditions are acceptable for launch. That's our general status. We've just passed the 22-minute mark in the count, 21 minutes, 55 seconds, and counting. This is Kennedy Launch Control.
I got a picture of Agnew I'm going to punch up shortly after we come back. Picture of Agnew. All right, I'm going to count to about 50.
CBTS MSTC 111.
MSTC.
Bill, spacecraft will be going to full internal power right after we get our CTE updated T-minus 15 minutes.
CBTS, copy. Thank you.
CSAT MSDC 214.
Go ahead, MSDC.
Okay, John, just a little comm check.
All right, ready to stop her. Doing a Port Canaveral area.
Minus 18 minutes.
LOM, CBTS 111.
Go.
Go to channel 214 for Astro launch comm checks.
Standing by 214. MSTC copies that CBTS.
Roger.
They're not configured yet. They're waiting on MSTC.
This is Apollo Saturn Launch Control. We're now less than 16 minutes away from the planned liftoff of the Apollo 11 space vehicle. All still going well with the countdown at this time. The astronauts aboard the spacecraft have had a little chance to rest over the last few minutes or so. At least they haven't been busy with procedures with the spacecraft test conductor. In the meantime, we have been performing final checks on the tracking beacons in the instrument unit, which is used as the guidance system during the powered phase of flight. Once we get down to the 3-minute and 10-second mark in the countdown, we'll go on an automatic sequence. As far as the launch vehicle is concerned, all aspects from there on down will be automatic, run by the ground master computer here in the firing room. This will lead up to the 8.9-minute mark in the countdown when the ignition sequence will begin in those 5 engines of the first stage, the S-1C stage of the Saturn V. At the 2-second mark, we'll get information and a signal that all engines are running, and at the 0 mark in the countdown, once we get the commit signal, the signal that says that the thrust is proper and acceptable, we then will get a commit and lift off as the hold-down arms release the vehicle. We have some 7.6 million pounds of thrust pushing the vehicle upward. A vehicle that weighs close to 6.5 million pounds. We're now 14 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. This is Kennedy Launch Control.
EPE, power supply B to DC off.
Off now.
Power supply B, DC off.
Off now.
Power supply B, AC start off.
Off now.
EPE, power supply 2, 3, 4, 7, and 8, commit lockout on.
Roger, started.
Execute, verify.
Executed now. Verified.
CDR on panel 1. On your follow 1, total attitude, verify, roll 162.
Verified.
Pitch 090.
Verified.
Yaw 0.
Verified.
BMAC mode, roll pitches, yaw to the ring command. On standby ring 1.
Roger, BMAC mode's going, rate 1.
Alright, MPAI shields 5-5.
5-5.
Verify the light. Alright, CDR panel 1, ring 5.
Rate switch high.
Verify the light. Alright, CDR and CMP arm your rope controllers verified.
CDR verified.
CMP verified. CDR panel 1, rope controller power, direct 1 and 2, main A, main B.
Complete.
CMC mode free.
CMC mode free.
Trans controller power switch on up.
That's up.
546 verifying. Alright, Stoney, put the Astro launch on VHF.
Roger. John, don't touch me.
Oh, Stoney, CDR loud and clear.
Roger.
All 11 loud and clear.
And that's
Yes, John, this is Mason, 228.
CDR research. Sure, loud and clear.
14.
Stoney, follow 11, reach 11 clear.
Flight network.
Go ahead.
Pilot configured for the sim flight check. Roger.
Follow 11, reach 11 clear. Reach 11 clear.
Stoney verified.
549, 550 verified.
Stoney, you have us there?
Roger, Stoney verified.
Okay, Stoney. Okay, flight, perform your comm check and verify completion.
Will go.
Apollo 11 CMC, Apollo 11 CMC. This is Houston on VHF. How do you read? Over.
Roger, Bruce, reach 11 clear.
Roger, read the same, huh? Apollo 11 LMC, this is Houston on S-band. How do you read? Over.
Houston, you're loud and clear, homie.
Roger, read you the same, out.
MSTC flight, we're reconfiguring standby.
Understand.
Burn, half flight ramp, wing the left.
Flight recovered.
Go ahead. All launch abort recovery forces on station, ready to support. Roger.
This is Apollo Saturn Launch Control. We passed the 11-minute mark. Now T-minus 10 minutes, 54 seconds on our countdown for Apollo 11. All still go at this time. The astronauts in the spacecraft busy again. The commander, Neil Armstrong, has performed some final switch settings for the stabilization and control system of the spacecraft. The spacecraft also now is on full internal power. This came shortly after the 15-minute mark. The spacecraft now on the full power of its fuel cells. Up to this time, it had been sharing the load with an external power source. Both Armstrong Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin had on their rotational hand controllers, the controllers they used in flight. And we have now gone to an automatic system with the emergency detection system. That system that would cue the astronauts if there's trouble down below with the Saturn V rocket during the powered flight. We're now coming up on the 10-minute mark, 10 minutes away from our planned liftoff. Mark, T-minus 10 minutes and counting, T-minus 10. We're aiming for our planned liftoff at 32 minutes past the hour. This is Kennedy Launch Control.
Flight Telcom, go. 11 telemetry off, all looks good. Thank you. Repeat that, please.
You're on panel 2, your EDS auto switch on up.
EDS auto, huh?
Abort systems, launch vehicle rate auto.
In auto.
Go engine out, auto.
In auto.
RCS command switch, OFF and release.
RCS command, off and release.
CDR panel 17, TVC servo power 1 to 81
CRT, this is CRP. CDC servo power 1 to main A. 282 main B.
on panel 3, your fuel cell reactant switch to latch.
Fuel cell reactors on latch.
HFC 0052 emergency stop to on.
Roger, on now.
LMP panel 2, your secondary coolant loop pump to off.
Secondary coolant loop pump off.
Roger. Alright, all control room personnel. 3/4 to 5 millimeters per second minimum.
Flight procedure.
All stations stand by for
We'll secure the Moker doors at 5 minutes. Go.
GNS.
Go.
SCS.
Go.
SDS.
Go.
RCS.
Go.
REC.
Go.
CSE.
Stand by SPC. We don't have VHF or S-band uplink going. We're checking.
Firing at 72 degrees, 03 minutes, 34 seconds.
That's already right down.
CMT.
Degrees. Dollar flight say again. Go ahead.
Flight.
Go ahead.
All right, TB.
Go.
CSAT.
Go. Go ahead, CBTS.
Affirmative. Yeah, propulsion press complete. CSE.
Go ahead.
Have you been fired?
Negative, not yet. How about having CSPO checking his panel configuration?
All right, Scotty. Unit power configuration.
Okay, he should have VHF on channel 214, and that's our problem.
This is U1 Vega. Can you also verify support? All right, you got a Bella Color VHF on 214, Stony? Okay, we should be good now. All right, CSE, can you give me a go now?
Go ahead. We got to go now.
All right.
Go.
Snoopy.
Go.
Launch support press.
Flight CVTS 11.
Go ahead.
Verify go, no go for start automatic launch sequence.
Verify go.
CVTS 561 verified. CSAT, spacecraft ready, switch on.
Switch is on, verify light.
Roger, 563 is verified.
CVTS NSTC 111, spacecraft ready for launch, ready switch is on. Verify launch, circle that's T-minus 4.
Alright, minus 5 minutes, we'll go to full retard on the Klingon.
Inhibit selectors and reset counters.
Alright, CDR at minus 4 minutes and all your launch vehicle engine lights will come on.
TOM, CLP, verify guidance being satisfactory.
Stony, are you set up for minus 4? Y'all ready to go?
Right, ready to go.
Okay then. 5 o'clock.
CSA 9, CVTS 11.
CSA 9, go.
Retract o'clock at T-minus 5.
This is Apollo Saturn Launch Control. We passed the 6-minute mark in our countdown for Apollo 11. Now 5 minutes, 52 seconds and counting. We're on time at the present time for our planned liftoff of 32 minutes past the hour. Spacecraft test conductor Skip Chauvin now has completed the status check of his personnel in the control room. All report they are go for the mission, and this has been reported to the test supervisor, Bill Schiff. Test supervisor now going through some status checks. Launch operations manager Paul Donnelly reports go for launch. Launch director Rocco Petrone now gives a go for 5 minutes, 20 seconds and counting. Coming up shortly, that swing arm up at the spacecraft level will come back to its fully retracted position. This should occur at the 5-minute mark in the count. In the meantime, the lunar module telemetry has been powered down. We took a good look at Eagle, and it looks good. The spacecraft test conductor for the lunar module reported that Eagle was go. The swing arm now coming back to its fully retracted position as our countdown continues. T-minus 4 minutes, 50 seconds and counting. Skip Chauvin informing the astronauts that the swing arm now coming back. The astronauts will have a few more reports coming up in the countdown. The last business report will be from Neil Armstrong at the 45-second mark in the count when he gives a status on the final alignment of the stabilization and control system. We're now passing the 4-minute, 30-second mark in the countdown. Still go at this time. 4 minutes, 15 seconds. The test supervisor now has informed launch vehicle test conductor Norm Carlson you are go for launch. From this time down, Carlson handles the countdown as the launch vehicle begins to build up. We're now hitting the 4-minute mark. 4 minutes and counting. We are go for Apollo 11. We'll go on an automatic sequence starting at 3 minutes and 7 seconds. 3 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. And the final abort checks between several key members of the crew here in the control center and the astronauts. Launch operations manager Paul Donnelly wished the crew on the launch team's behalf good luck and Godspeed.
Okay, Neil, have a good one. All right.
3 minutes, 25 seconds and counting. We'll still go at this time. We'll be coming up in the automatic sequence about 10 or 15 seconds from this time. All still go at this time. Neil Armstrong reported back when he received the good wishes. Thank you very much. We know it will be a good flight. Firing command coming in now. We are on the automatic sequence. We're approaching the 3-minute mark in the count. T-minus 3 minutes and counting. T-minus 3. We are go with all elements of the mission at this time. We're on an automatic sequence as the master computer supervises hundreds of events occurring over these last few minutes. T-minus 2 minutes, 45 seconds and counting. The members of the launch team here in the control center monitoring a number of what we call red line values. These are tolerances we don't want to go above and below in temperatures and pressures. They're standing by to call out any deviations from our plans. 2 minutes, 30 seconds and counting. We're still go on Apollo 11 at this time. The vehicle starting to pressurize as far as the propellant tanks are concerned, and all is still go as we monitor our status for it. 2 minutes, 10 seconds and counting. The target for the Apollo 11 astronauts, the moon at liftoff, will be at a distance of 218,096 miles away. We just passed the 2-minute mark in the countdown. T-minus 1 minute, 54 seconds and counting. Our status board indicates that the oxidizer tanks in the second and third stages now have pressurized. We've continued to build up pressure in all 3 stages here at the last minute to prepare it for liftoff. T-minus 1 minute, 35 seconds on the Apollo mission, the flight to land of the first men on the moon. All indications coming in to the control center at this time indicate we are go. 1 minute, 25 seconds and counting. Our status board indicates the third stage completely pressurized. 80-second mark has now been passed. We'll go on full internal power at the 50-second mark in the countdown. Guidance system goes on internal at 17 seconds, leading up to the ignition sequence at 8.9 seconds. We're approaching the 60-second mark on the Apollo 11 mission. T-minus 60 seconds and counting. We passed T-minus 60. 55 seconds and counting. Neil Armstrong just reported back. It's been a real smooth countdown. We passed the 50-second mark. Power transfer is complete. We're on internal power with the launch vehicle at this time. 40 seconds away from the Apollo 11 liftoff. All the second stage tanks now pressurized. 35 seconds and counting. We are still go with Apollo 11. 30 seconds and counting. Astronauts report it feels good. T-minus 25 seconds. 20 seconds and counting. T-minus 15 seconds. Guidance is internal. 12, 11, 10, 9. Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11. Power clear.
Plus 30 seconds.
Flight line safety is nominal.
Roger, RSO.
Roll is complete and the pitch is programmed.
Roger roll, roger pitch. Stand by for 1 Bravo. Mark, 1 Bravo.
1 Bravo.
1 Bravo is a
Flight line
abort
safety
control
in the
mode.
water.
Roger, RSO.
Altitude's 2 miles.
Okay, we're leaving. Roger, how you, booster? We're going to flight good at 1 minute, Captain.
Oh, 11 Houston, you're good at 1 minute.
Downrange 1 mile, altitude 4 miles now. Velocity 2,195 feet per second.
Righto, flight, how you? Looks good, flight. GNC? Looks good, flight. Decom? Looks good, flight. Roger.
We're through the region of maximum dynamic pressure now.
Booster, flight, how you? We're going flight. Surgeon. We're going flight.
Set 8 miles downrange, 12 miles high. Velocity 4,000 feet per second.
Stand by for mode 1 Charlie.
Stand by for mode 1 Charlie. Mark, mode 1 Charlie.
Cliff Charlesworth taking a staging status.
Apollo 11, this is Houston, you are go for staging.
Inboard cutoff.
Inboard engines out.
We confirm inboard cutoff.
Confirm inboard. Roger.
Downrange 35 miles, 30 miles high. Standing by for the outboard engine cut down now.
We're going flight.
Stages. And ignition.
Cut off. Ignition. Roger.
Trajectory verified.
Roger. Thrust go all engines. Looking good.
11 Houston, thrust go all engines, you're looking good.
At 3 minutes, downrange 70 miles, 43 miles high, velocity 9,300 feet per second.
We got third step.
Roger, we confirm.
Confirm second plane step. Roger.
Tower's going.
Roger, Tower.
Neil Armstrong confirming both the engine skirt separation and the launch escape tower separation.
Houston, be advised the visual is good today.
This is Houston, roger out.
Let me know when it converges, guys.
Yeah, they finally gave me a window to look at.
Looks good, flight converged. Steering converged, Captain.
11 Houston, your guidance is converged, you're looking good.
Kevin, stay with us.
Downrange 140 miles, altitude 62 miles, velocity 10,300 feet per second.
Go, flight. We're good at 4 minutes, Captain.
11 Houston, you are go at 4 minutes.
Apollo 11 right on the ground track.
Guys, flight, are you? We're great, they find go. Flight
190 miles downrange now, 72 miles high, velocity 11,000 feet per second.
Locked up that flight. Right. How you look for it? Booster flight. Go flight. Oh, look okay. That's a firm flight. Down flight, how you?
Booster says it's looking good at 5 minutes.
11 Houston, you are go at 5 minutes.
Roger, Apollo 11, go.
Downrange 270 miles, altitude 82 miles, velocity 12,472 feet per second.
Stand by to S4B to COI capability.
Okay.
Mark S4B to COI capability.
Roger.
Apollo 11 could now get into orbit using the S-4B if necessary.
Oh, thank you. You all are coming through beautifully, too.
Booster flight, how you? We're go flight. GNC. We're go flight. Econ.
Go flight.
Guidance. Go flight, we're go. Okay. Flight fighter, they all look good, we're go.
Everyone's reporting go here in the control center.
We're go at 6 minutes, starting to get on.
So are we.
Roger 11, you're go from the ground to S4B to COI capability.
Okay.
Time.
Mark S4B to COI capability.
Roger.
Copy 817-911. Right.
Gimbals on.
Apollo 11, this is Houston, level sense arm at 8+17. Outboard cutoff at 9+11.
Level sense arm is the sequence that arranges the staging between the second stage and the third stage. The fuel uncovers a sensor starting that sequence.
Booster flight, how you?
Predicting that will be uncovered at 8 minutes 17 seconds with outboard engine cutoff 9 minutes 11 seconds on the second stage.
7.
Apollo 11, go at 7 minutes.
11, this is Houston. Roger, your go from the ground at 7 minutes. Level sense arm at 8+17. Outboard cutoff at 9+11.
Roger.
Downrange 530 miles, altitude 95 miles, velocity 17,358 feet per second.
Auto flight. Go ahead, flight.
Apollo 11 is still right down the ground track, still go at 7 minutes 41 seconds. Inboard engines are out on the second stage as planned.
Guys, flight, how you? We're go flight. Go flight. Go flight. Go flight.
You are go at 8 minutes.
Flight, we're right.
We got a PU ship down here, too.
Flight fighter, good agreement. All sources, we're go.
Apollo 11 go on all
11
sources.
Houston, you are go at 8 minutes. Roger, we got PU ship down here, too.
Thrusters go flight. Roger. Okay, booster flight, how you stay? We're going for staging flight. Guys,
11, this is Houston, you are go for staging. Over.
stand by for mode 4 capability. Okay,
Stand by for mode 4 capability.
We're going for staging flight. Guys,
Mark,
go.
Mark, mode 11, this is Houston. You are go for staging. Over.
Stand by for mode 4 capability.
Stand by for mode 4 capability.
Mode 4. Mark.
Mark, mode 4 capability.
Mode 4 and Apollo 11 could get into orbit using the service propulsion system now. Altitude is 100 miles, downrange 883 miles. Outboard engine cut off.
And ignition. Ignition confirmed, thrusters go.
Ignition confirmed, thrusters go, 11.
Flight.
And we have a good third stage now.
Head guns, is fine. Roger.
Flight, how you?
We're go flight.
We're go flight.
Velocity 23,128 feet per second.
Roger.
Downrange 1,000 miles, altitude 101 miles.
Booster flight, how you? We're go flight. We're good at 10 minutes, Capcom.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. At 10 minutes, you are go.
And Roger, 11, go.
Capcom Bruce McCandless giving the reports here from the control center.
Flight is settled down at 11 plus 4. Satisfied with that one? Go at 11 plus 4. Okay.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. Predicted cutoff at 11 plus 42. Over.
1142, Grant.
Downrange 1,175 miles, velocity 24,190 miles, feet per second, altitude 102 nautical miles.
Go flight. Guidance are you. Go flight. Go flight.
Apollo 11 still go on all sources.
Go to 11, Capcom.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. You are go at 11.
We're predicting third stage shutdown at 11 minutes 42 seconds.
Flight, flight, how you? Looking good. Slight little noise on raw, all sources agree, we'll go.
Velocity 25,254 feet per second. Downrange 1,400 miles now. Altitude 102.8 nautical miles. Shutdown right on time.
101.4 by 103.6. Roger, shut down, and we copy 101.4 by 103.6.
Confirmed go.
You are confirmed to go for orbit.
Flight guidance, GNN is go.
Flight Fido, we are go. Confirmed go.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. You are confirmed to go for orbit.
Flight guidance, GNN is go.
Roger.
Standing by for you, Bruce.
Roger, flight, we have the range take receiver space.
Roger, range space to receiver space. Capcom.
Flight Fido.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. The booster is safe.
Okay,
Gimbals
copy,
off.
booster.
Roger.
Show velocity at insertion 25,568 feet per second.
Econ flight, how you? We're go flight. GNC, we're go flight. Carlin Logic safe. Roger. Econ flight. Flight Econ. You did say the gimbals were off, didn't you? That's affirmative. Okay. River. Flight Blister, go. 4B is reconfigured for coast. We're in local horizontal Earth right. Okay, Capcom, booster configured for coast. Both spacecraft look good.
Apollo 11, this is Houston. The booster has been configured for orbital coast. Both spacecraft are looking good. Over.
O&P flight. We get some action. Stayed up over there. Fido for flight.
Flight Fido based on the IU vector now, 99.7, 102.5. We'll have some radar in shortly.
99.1.
0.7
By what?
by 102.5.
Right. And that's based on what again?
That's from the booster.
Okay. I'll stand by for your radar.
Apollo 11, this is Houston, Vanguard LOS at 1535. AOS Canaries at 1630, over.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it started final securing operation.
CVTS coming.
CVTS flight.
Go flight.
We're in a nominal
This is
orbit.
Apollo
We can tell
Control
everything
based
working
on a
just fine.
vector from the
Close
instrument
sensors
unit
regards.
of the third stage of Saturn V. Here on the ground,
Thank you
we're
very
showing an
much.
orbit of
Appreciate the
102.5 by
Okay, if
99.7
you want to stand
nautical
by
miles.
on 111, we do have it set
The
up
flight
down
dynamics
here
officer,
that,
Dave Reed,
we
wants
expect
to
couple
get some
seasons
radar
that will be
tracking
coming over
to
111.
refine this orbit.
I don't know
He will
what
report
power it'll
a
come from,
refined
but we are
orbit after
expecting
more radar tracking.
Okay, well, we'll see what we can do. Thank you again for your help.
Roger. Can you verify rate of power down your board advisor system? USD command system will be safe.
Come back.